Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see as a result of me showing you this video picture of this tweet and the tweet that was just made connected to it. First, let me show you that the time is 1:59 p.m. in reference to my phone. This is the first tweet. It says, today's date, 9/10/14. In 30 minutes, I'll physically be at RR Colony 5 to drop off hiking equipment. If anything happens to me, it'll be gang stalking. Then the attached tweet that's right next to it says, that's a continuation of this one, says click to see attached tweet, which means click this one in order to be able to see this one. Okay, it says click to see attached tweet if I'm harassed, assaulted, arrested, on my way or at RR Colony 5 gang stalking, going there now, LW. Now you can see that this one was sent at 1:55 p.m. on September 10, 2014 as a result of me showing you this video picture of myself, of the time of the tweet and the time now. 2 o'clock, okay? It was sent 5 minutes ago. Then it took me time to compose this tweet, which I'm going to click on now so you can see the time it was made. Okay? 1:59 p.m., 1 minute ago. Okay? This is still 2 p.m. It says, click to see attached tweet if I'm approached, harassed, assaulted, arrested, on my way, or at RR Colony 5, gang stalking, RR Colony 5, gang stalking. Going there now, LW. Now, what these tweets mean, now, hold on. As a result of me clicking this tweet, like it says at the beginning of it, click to see attached tweet, see you click on it. Okay, hold on. You click on it. Or actually, you don't have to click on it. This, I should have said scroll. But, like, if you were at this, these two tweets are connected. You can see they were both sent just now. Okay? Okay, this one was just sent at 1:59 p.m. on the 10th of September 2014. It's now 2:01 p.m. This one was made on 1:55 p.m. on the same date, and these two tweets are, these are the two tweets. RR Colony 5, okay, is a coded description that accurately and thoroughly describes the physical location I'm going to and the areas within it. I'm going to drop off hiking material today from this area where I was brutally assaulted on July 9, 2014, okay? I'm leaving this, I'm making these predictions in this tweets today, right now. Now understand this, please, understand. Just because this tweet says today's date on it, it means it doesn't mean that these two tweets are just about today's date in reference to me leaving anywhere to go to this area. In other words, these two tweets apply for the next 6 months, including today's date. Every day I go there this month, I'm being gang stalked. I'm being gang stalked at this area, the 4th hiking area, I'm being gang stalked to. Now, do you really think that they're not going to gang stalk me to that one? Of course not. The area I'm going to today, though, is not really going to be a hiking area, like where I'm going to camp out at. It'll be used for a secondary one, like an emergency one. But I'm going there today just to drop off hiking equipment. So once all the hiking equipment is taken from this area and dropped off there and at another location, it can then be went back to and grabbed as needed. Okay, I'm doing this in reference to taking all the hiking gear from this area to that one, excuse me, and another one that's got a coded number and name attached to it. This one also has a code name, a code number attached to it that is talked about in at least 4 to 5 emails. 2 of those emails just made two days ago. Now, the reason why I code these areas, these new hiking areas, and even this one, is because if anything happens that I predict on my way to these areas, the whole time duration while I'm at these areas, and then leaving the areas, okay, it'll show I was gang stalked to them because I'm making the predictions at a totally separate place, and at a time, like right now it's 2:01, 2:03 p.m. By the time I get there and be totally get there and put everything down, it'll be 2:30 because I'm not going to rush to do it, okay? So the point I'm trying to make is this. If I'm predicting, like say if I predict I'm going to be assaulted there, robbed there, raped there, abducted, okay, or brutally assaulted, or assaulted and robbed are the main two, or arrested, okay? Understand, what I do is predict that these events will happen before I even reach those areas. Now, you gotta understand that I got a huge amount of evidence. Let me just put it to you this way. I've been literally brutally, physically assaulted 4 times, okay? And MTS sent me an altered video of the assault on the bus that took place on October 10, 2011. That can easily be proven. All 4 assaults were predicted, 2 in video files, 2 in email files, okay, and all 4 in audio files. Also, all the other evidence that I got that is evidence of identical harassment and staged events were predicted by me to a T concerning how it would come about, more than likely the kind of places it would happen at, okay, and what excuses would be used to protect it, okay? I literally have predicted it all to a identical T before it occurred. This is why I do what I do, because to prove stalking from one place, see, because this area right here has got neighbors across the street, it's got neighbors up off the hill behind me. They know that I went and dropped off property already at these areas before in another area, because gang stalking, oh my God, was constantly and repetitively set around me on my way to those areas, okay? I was also gaslighted with physical gestures by people that they brought up down in there to walk on the trails. I then, after I dropped the property off, hid it, you know, dropped it off and hid it, and then went back to the bus stop that is pertaining to the bus route that took me to those locations where the property was hidden at. I'd make a statement in a running digital tape recorder. Let's see if anybody says gang stalk, oh my God, on this bus once it arrives. It would then come. Okay, I would put my bike on the front of the bus on the bike rack, board the bus, get on the bus, sit down, and individuals that were already on the bus would say gang stalk, oh my God, repetitively. That's how they let me know I'm being gang stalked from one place to the next, by placing people around me to say gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk weird, gang stalk, oh my God, repetitively, continuously, back to back. And I got 800 audio files to prove it, literally. And they know I got these 800 audio files, okay? So here's the goal for them. They brought UCSD Campus Police to come up here and give me an eviction notice on August 27, 2014, 3 miles off their campus. Now they know that I dropped property off at these other areas because of the gang stalking. The gang stalking, oh my God, being set around me on 41 bus routes to take property to that one area and then this area as well. Okay, I was gaslighted with physical gestures on my way to this area. Now, the other area is where I took bus route 41 to get to it, and then 41 bus route back from it to go where I went on each of those specific days that I dropped property off at. Gang stalking, oh my God, okay, was set around me on all bus routes going to those areas, and all dates, and all bus routes coming back, except for maybe once, okay? Now, audio files don't lie. Okay, now individuals getting around me and saying gang stalking, oh my God, has been caught repetitively on at least over 100 audio files and video files on UCSD campus. So, getting around me and repeating gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk weird, gang stalk, oh my God, is there a way to let me know I'm being gang stalked? That and using specific physical gestures in my presence. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments, which means look at everything in the description of that YouTube video. Make sure you listen to everything in all videos, because there's YouTube videos in the description of that YouTube video, and the host video that's titled, YouTube title, learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Those are 3 teenagers literally admitting that they were put on a bus route I was already on, the 928 bus route in San Diego, MTS, to engage in these physical gestures. And since then, I have caught 4 other people admitting that they were put in my physical presence to engage in these physical gestures. One person admitted that a San Diego police officer did it by the name of Steve. That was caught on audio file on February 20th, 2013, and the other 3 were UCSD students, all Asian, and 2 of them admitted that they did it while they were in my physical presence on campus. So if I got gang stalking, oh my God, being set around me on the 41 bus routes going to this other physical location that is directly almost connected to this one in reference to the type of location it is, okay? Gang stalk, oh my God, being set on the way to that one, and then on the bus routes, 41 bus that was caught at UCSD, and then on the 41 bus that I took once I dropped the property off, left the location, went back to the bus stop to catch the 41 bus to continue to go about my day on each of those specific days. It was said in the same exact way, caught on audio file on bus routes that I caught once I went back to the bus stop, once I left the location where the property was dropped off at. So basically, it was said repetitively and continuously on bus routes going to that location. The property then was dropped off on each of those specific days. Then I went back to the bus stop to take the bus routes to go where I was going for each of those specific days. I'd make a statement as I arrived at the bus stop before it came. Let's see if anybody says gang stalk, oh my god, on this bus. Once I get on the bus, once it arrives, the bus would arrive, I'd get on the bus, sit down, and it would be said non-stop repetitively in the same exact identical way it's been caught at UCSD. Undisputably, and at SDSU, okay, and at Rouse. That's right, baby cakes. So what I predict is what these little wild, filthy rats are gonna do, okay, on my way to a place I'm going to, okay, and then at the place I'm going to. And I also make video predictions pertaining to what might happen to me here. Case in point, July 6, 2014. You literally see me right now sitting in a tent, in the actual entrance of a tent, at the area I was assaulted at on July 9, 2014. Now check this out. On July 6, 2014, I was literally standing at this very spot, right here where I'm pointing, and I made a video prediction. I said, let's see if anything happens at all, at this hiking location. And I said, including assaults. Now, I then took that video to UCSD and uploaded it to the internet. All you got to do is probably go to YouTube and type in 07/06/14 learning disabled woman makes assault prediction, something like that, okay? Then 2.5 days later, they brought two men up in here. One of them, they played out a physical theatric, okay, before one of them approached me and assaulted me at the very spot the assault prediction was made at 2.5 days before. Now, when the video prediction was made, the video file on the memory card, okay, that had the assault prediction, as the assault prediction was being made, it's being made and recorded on a camera. It's being recorded to a memory card. That memory card shows the time and stamp date. Okay? That's right. Now, that video prediction was uploaded on the day I predicted it. When the assault occurred towards me at the very spot I made the video prediction at, I took out my video camera and recorded it. Okay? That video file shows a time and stamp date, which shows that the assault took place 2.5 days later at the video prediction was made about me being assaulted here. Now, 3 other assaults have occurred towards me. One that occurred on January 30th, 2014, right across the street, okay? That was predicted 8.5 hours before it occurred on an audio file, and within 60 seconds before he approached me, I said, let's see if he comes over here and bothers me. And then as he was crossing the street to approach me, I said, let's see if he causes any problems. So it was predicted 8.5 hours before it occurred in an audio file. I literally flat out said, let's see if I'm assaulted today. 8.5 hours before it occurred. 90 seconds before he approached me, I said, let's see if he causes any problems. And 30 seconds before he approached me, I said, let's see if he does anything. And then he assaulted me. The assault that took place on the MTS bus on October 10, 2011 was predicted 11 days before it occurred in an email file. And in the email file, I flat out said, let's see if I'm assaulted walking, riding my bike, or on public transportation. I was assaulted on a bus, public transportation. On August 17, 2011, I predicted in an email on August 1st, 2011, that there's a great likelihood I'll be assaulted once I come to San Diego if the gang stalking starts towards me in San Diego once I get here. I said if it does happen, it'll more likely happen at a number of places that I described. Bus stops was one of them. I was brutally assaulted at a bus stop on August 17th, 2011, 9 days after I got here. Okay? Now, all you got to do is think to yourself, if this happened once, it would be an extreme coincidence. But for it to happen 4 times, I don't think so. So, what I do is predict and then MTS sent me an altered video of the assault. You can go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. That video you're watching me of me being assaulted is altered. Okay? Alright, I gotta go because I gotta start my day. I gotta get this stuff done. I'm gonna be taking that right there is a bag of property. It's got a big gigantic duffel bag in it full of stuff. As soon as I turn off this video file, what I'm gonna do is unbag it so I can put the duffel bag on the handlebars of my bike and take the property to hide it at the location that's got all locations, including this one, have code words and code numbers attached to it. Okay, and the reason why I do that is because if something happens that I predict, and then see, when I make the prediction, I enclose the word or letter abbreviated description pertaining to how it describes this. In other words, this location here and the other areas that I'm going to drop property off at and the area that I'll be going to live at, they all have codes that are abbreviated, code names, and code numbers attached to them. And then if I predict what they're going to do towards me there, how they're going to do it, what excuses will be used to protect it, robbery, rape, assaults, all three, evicting me, who they're going to use and how they're going to use for that, how they're going to, who they're going to use for the assaults, what type of people they use for it, what type of people they use for the robberies, what excuses will be done to protect it, what the police will even put in incident reports concerning it. I predict all of it because I know how these filthy whores think, because I've been dealing with them for a long time. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, the evidence I got is huge in its size and literally indisputable in its evidence. Literally, it's literally, the evidence is literally that good. It's completely indisputable. Okay, in your face indisputable. So a lot of this evidence I have hidden on me right now. If I go down into these areas and they hide behind a bush, knock me out, and take everything I got, how can I prove I got it? Some evidence is already online. Is that the reason why they came down here to evict me? Because they knew these other new hiking areas that I was already propping up to use are isolated away from neighbors who could hear me yell for help, like I did on July 9th when I was being assaulted here. Okay? They know these hiking areas have no neighbors close by. They can do anything to me, rob me, rape me, assault me, anything. And then if they rob me, they get away with my cell phone, so how am I going to call the cops? By the time I get to a payphone or a neighbor's phone, they'll be long gone, which they would allow them to be long gone anyways because it's a staged event. So what I do is predict what these animals are going to do before they do it at a separate location. In other words, I'm predicting what's going to happen to me on my way to or the places I'm going to. If it happens on my way to where I'm going, and then once I get there, it'll show this shit was being managed. Understand, I wear right now a tape recorder. One here that's got an extended microphone, and one on my waist. Okay? Tape recorders reflect date and time. Now, I showed the date and time in this video. If it happens after I leave here, it'll show that I was stalked because it's happening at a later time in the same date. Also, I'm completely stating that this video file applies for the next 6 months. Because understand, when I am out, see, because what they do is they make targets homeless, and then they take them to areas, they'll gang stalk them to multiple apartment buildings, multiple motel rooms. All this can be Googled, okay? They then create the homelessness by using a bunch of different types of techniques. And then working in a cooperating relationship with property owners and landlords, and or getting mail, and or using mail theft and mail delayment, postal workers. All this can be Googled to create the homelessness, and then they keep the homelessness created. Just trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, it's all over the internet. They create homelessness of targeted individuals of gang stalking. Then what they'll do is gang stalk them to a motel room. Target gets fed up with it. They believe they go to another motel room, they'll be okay. They go to another motel room, same shit. Okay? So what they do then is say, well, forget this, I'll go and depend on my friends. They'll even infiltrate the circle of friends that a target has in order to divide and conquer, to get the friends to walk away so they can isolate the target in these crimes. Then what they'll do is see that there's, like me, right now, I'm literally set up and propped it up at a place where there's neighbors across the street and neighbors up the hill behind me. Okay? Now, if I'm assaulted down here, I'm going to yell, scream, and blow this sports horn that I got that you blow at sporting events. Okay? That way people will be able to hear me. Now, I've already mentioned in this video how I've been gang stalked to these other areas where I was dropping property off at to use them as emergency hiking areas. Now, they know these areas because I was gang stalked on my way to them, and then after I left them, harassed in the same exact identical verbal way, okay, along all my routes and at UCSD. UCSD police are the ones who came down here to evict me on August 27th. Now, since I can prove that the identical verbal harassment happened around me on all dates that I took property to one area, and then on the way back from it, okay, is the same exact identical harassment as the harassment that I endured at UCSD and along my routes, it'll show that I'm being gang stalked everywhere I go because that same exact identical verbal harassment is being caught on the tape recorder. Sensitization methods, repeating certain words and phrases. That's all over the internet. So, The goal for them is to come down here, give me an eviction notice, okay, steer me to these other areas where they know I've already dropped property off at, which they know are isolated. Anything can happen to me. Stealing all the evidence I got. And another thing, the day before he came down here to give me that eviction notice, which was on August 27, 2014, I looked up lawyers on their computers in their library where I'm gang stalked on a fever scale. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. Google it. So they seen I was looking up lawyers. They know I got this evidence. I literally told on 3 separate occasions to 3 separate UCSD police officers that I was going to end up suing them one day because they weren't doing nothing about the gang stalking of me. So just do the math. They're intentionally situating me into environments they know are isolated so they can rob me of all the evidence I got: cell phones, money, ID, American Express gift card, food stamp cards, everything I got. Phones, cameras, everything. And another thing they're doing, they're trying to make it look like that I'm being banned from libraries and assaulted because I'm taking video pictures of people for no reason. Total complete bullshit. Total complete bullshit. If you want to know the truth about the video situation in the gang stalking, ask yourself this one question in closing. Why did they alter the MTS video of me being assaulted? They sent me a video of me being assaulted, but it's altered. Why did they do that? Go to Google and YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered," or "learning disabled woman explains how MTS assault video is altered," and you'll understand. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, they seen through cyber surveillance and how I was responding to recognizing that MTS assault video was altered through cyber surveillance, because I was making blogs and videos about it. Through cyber surveillance, they seen that I recognized how it was altered and why, and my explanations of why they did it. So what they did was they then turned and tweaked the police report to make it appear that they would have no reason to hide the guy who assaulted me engaging in gang stalking physical gestures 5 minutes before the assault. They seen that I was online saying that they altered the video because of what he was doing with his hands 5 minutes before the assault. They seen me say that, so then they turned around and included in the police report that he was engaging in gang signals, but not gang stalking signals. They did that to cover their ass. Alright, all you gotta do is say one question, one common sense question. Why did they alter the video? They did it out of haste, and then when they seen that everything was being observed about what they did, they then backtracked, okay? First they were trying to hide the fact that he was doing the signals, and then when they seen that I was able to remember what exactly was going on in the bus and where we were actually sitting at, because I think they thought that I would forget where I was sitting at on the day of the assault. Okay, and I also think that they thought that I was going to forget that he engaged in these hand signals before he assaulted me. Okay, so when their intent was to alter it to hide what he was doing, because they probably figured that I would make a statement about the hand signals. Okay, getting around me and repeating physical gestures is another way they let me know I'm being gang stalked. That's what he did. Now, so what they did was they first wanted to hide that he did it. Then, when they seen that I was online exposing that the video was only 2 minutes long, I stated that they were trying to hide the fact that he did that. Okay? Then when they said that, so when they seen that, they decided, well, fuck her. We'll just say in the police report that he did that she did say he engaged in gang signals. So what? Even though I said they were gang stalking signals. But why did they still alter the video? And why is the structure of the bus altered in the videos? Because when they first altered the video, they did it for, okay, other reasons. They did it to hide the fact that he did the physical gesture. When they seen that I observed the video was altered, they had no excuse for it, because even though the 2-minute video doesn't show him engaging in these gang stalking physical gestures, because the video is only 2 minutes long and he did it 5 minutes before the assault, the fact that they altered the video is wide open. Because the structure of the bus is altered, and where me and him are sitting at in the video is not where we were sitting at before the assault occurred. So they already know they're screwed on that. So they went ahead and tried to cover their tracks and to try and make it appear that they weren't involved in it all SDPD-wise by making a statement in the police report that he did engage in gang signals, even though they were gang stalking signals. And plus, the police report is filled with other lies and facts are omitted. I gotta go. I gotta get about my day, because those tweets said that I'd be there within 30 minutes, so I gotta go. And so, let me show you what time it is. You can see now that it's 2:20 p.m. which means I'm not going to get there. I'll be there and starting to do what I need to do by 3. Okay? So let's see if anything occurs. They might, if they do anything on any date in the next 6 months pertaining to this location, including on my way to it. Okay? The whole time duration of why I'm there and as I'm leaving the location. That includes assaults by homeless people, people pretending to be crazy, people pretending to be drunk or on drugs. Anybody approaches me, I don't give a shit who they use, period, or how they act, because these animals know I'm wearing a tape recorder, okay? Because since cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, they have seen what videos I posted on the internet. A lot of the videos I posted on the internet are audio evidence from the tape recorder being transferred to video, so they can clearly see I got a tape recorder. They've clearly heard me state in many of my videos that I wear a tape recorder running on me at all times, and they obviously know I got a camera if they're watching my videos. Do you understand? So when they come in my physical presence, they'll act like they're in my physical presence for another reason. Okay, verbally, because they don't want it to reflect on the tape recorder, okay, that it's because of gang stalking. Or they'll purposely have these people act wild. That way they can say she was assaulted because she's a crazy person. She was assaulted because they wanted to rob her. She was assaulted because they're mentally ill. They were assaulted because they were on drugs and robbing her because they wanted more drugs. They will do anything and everything to make it appear that any assaults and or robberies happen because of another reason outside of gang stalking. Do you understand? Okay? So I predict what they're going to do at a separate location before I've even left to go to the locations where the events might take place at. I'm in San Diego, California. Today's date is September 10th, 2014. I literally got to go right now. Thanks for listening.